Let me just start by reading some of the prayer ribbons, some of the messages. You know, this is where you really get a sense of the sense of community, the sense of compassion that was felt. One message reads, "For David, this is the first swim without him. Ken, he said he didn't want to grow old, and he didn't. With love. Peaches," that's all it says on the ribbon is peaches. Still talking about you. "For Father and Raphael, smile from above with Jane. I'll swim hard. Love, JP." You know, I have these remarks prepared, and of course, I'm not sure I want to read them all. I do want to say thank you to everyone for you all inviting us to the Capitol building. This is an honor for not only for Provincetown, the Provincetown Community Compact, but also for the Commonwealth and also communities around the country, around the world that are recognizing that the communities are where the action is. You know, we can't rely on the leadership of the federal government as much as we have in the past. Let's face it. But Provincetown is one of those small communities. We've been hearing a lot about you know, the rural communities around the country, and you know, Provincetown in a way is one of those small communities. Now, granted, it's not like a lot of other places. But a lot of places on Cape Cod, even in Western Mass, you know, these are like small towns, and this is where, you know, people come together and respond to what is going on in their communities. And this is where you start organizing and working with school boards, boards of selectmen, county officers. You know, this is where the grassroots coming up. But one thing about Provincetown is that, you know, we are celebrating our 400th anniversary in a few years. The Pilgrims did land in Provincetown. Does everyone know that?
I did.
They landed there first, and in 2020 will be the 400th anniversary. The Provincetown Community Compact, which is a sponsor of the Swim for Life, the word compact was inspired by the Mayflower Compact. It's sort of a reinterpretation of the idea of a democratic document that was written, the first one in Provincetown Harbor on the Mayflower. So we are kind of like a repurposing of the idea of a compact. You know, when the Swim for Life started in 1988, my friend Walter and I were just sitting on the beach, minding our own business, you know, going in the water, and we started hearing about all this debris that was going on around the beaches in New England, medical needles and all this debris. And we're like, look at this gorgeous harbor we have. Let's celebrate the harbor, because the initial impetus for the Swim for Life was both the environment, and then we said, well, let's see if we can swim across it, and let's see. And then once we did, everyone's like, no, the bluefish are feeding, and you know. We were like, well, let's just have there weren't any sharks back then. The S word, we tried not to use the S word. And so we made it, and we're like, well, let's just do a benefit. Let's do a benefit swim. And so we had 16 swimmers, and we raised like $12,000 2 weeks later. And of course, it's grown since then to 400 swimmers a year. We've raised over $4 million. And you know, the money goes to, not like a lot of other fundraisers where they go to specific organization, they go to all the caregiving organizations in town. Because the whole idea is that it's a holistic look at health. It isn't just treating someone with HIV, it's treating, you know, homelessness like you mentioned, it's treating, you know, fuel assistance, it's health care, it's home nursing and things like that. So we've always supported all of the organizations in town. I just wanted to close by saying that you know, technology has, as we all know, has sort of really interfered in a lot of ways with people coming together, like in a sense of place. Like Provincetown is a place. a real specific place. And that's, you know, and as Ginny is my, one of my board members. Hello, Ginny Binder, and actually Mike Syers. I'd like to introduce them. Ginny wrote a comment that she wanted me to mention, and it's a quote from Wendell Berry. And it says, you can know who you are if you can't know who you are if you don't know where you are. And I think that says a lot. So in closing, I'd like to just quote a couple of more ribbons. My sister Jerry Critchley, she's here today. She pulled out a couple of quotes, and this one I thought was quite touching. Dear Jonas, you left the world quickly, but not our hearts. And a couple more. To all our survivors is another one. To all still afflicted. And finally, love the journey. Thank you.